Managing your time versus managing a project. What's the difference? As a mounting student, you already are good at time management, or you wouldn't have made it this far in your education. You probably have a pretty crowded schedule. For starters, you have your classes, then you have time blocked off for studying and completing assignments. You may have some extracurriculars on your calendar as well, and you may have part-time work or an internship. And managing these various commitments gives you a great foundation for project management. But project management is more complex than individual time management. When you're managing your calendar, you have a lot of control over it, and there's a high degree of predictability. So your class times, for instance, are set. Your club or your study group probably meet at regular times as well. And if they shift, you may have a say in the new time that's decided upon. So you have predictability and you have control because ultimately it's just about you and your schedule. Now, when you move into project management, things become less predictable. And savvy project managers learn to expect and prepare for the unexpected, the unpredictable. As a project manager, your success is going to depend on some things that aren't in your control, such as the availability of resources. Now, resources in the project management world refers to people, to money, to space, tools, and technology, anything you need to complete your project. Your success will depend on other people, and that's where things can get complicated. It depends on their abilities, their priorities, and their schedule. Let's look at a simple example to see the difference between managing a project and managing your own schedule. Let's imagine you're doing a simple video project. You're going to interview an expert in your field or maybe somebody with lived experience to share. And this looks pretty simple. So you think, well, on February 20th, I'm going to shoot the video. And then on February 23rd, I'm going to edit the video. The next day, I'll submit the video to the professor. This is a 4-day project. No problem. Now, meet Simon. Simon is the videographer you're planning to work with. And you didn't realize that Simon is about to start a big drone shoot, and he's not actually going to be available when you need him to be available. You had assumed that you could start on the date you'd picked, but it turns out that Simon isn't actually available till March 1st. Not only that, but you had planned to shoot the video in a particular space on campus, and now you find out that that room isn't actually available till March 5th. So you can see that this delay at the very beginning of your project then is going to have a domino effect. In addition, when you look into the dates, you discover that you're now entering the busy season for Simon. And as a result, his prices are going to increase. And so the amount that you had budgeted for the video shoot is also changing. So how do you manage this unpredictability in a project? Through this mini module, you're going to learn 5 keys to project management success. The first is to identify all the resources you'll need. You'll learn how to create what's called a work breakdown structure. The second key is to identify each task needed to achieve your project outcome. And you're going to watch for tasks that depend on a previous task. As we just saw, your ability to start the photo shoot actually depended on a hidden task that you hadn't thought about, which was scheduling both the videographer and the venue. You're going to learn how to set clear goals, which we call milestones, along the way to your final result. You'll also get some tips for defining your project budget so you can stay within it, and for visualizing your project in a tracking tool. As your project unfolds, you'll need a way to visualize your progress so you can clearly see what you've done, what needs to be done, and any issues that you need to troubleshoot.